This is the Coleco Atom Family Computer System disk drive. Is it the only working Atom disk drive in the world? Probably not, but we're going to find out more about it here on Vintage Geek. My name is Aaron. Welcome to Vintage Geek. If you like vintage computers, discussions about them, or learning more about them in general, please like and subscribe. It's going to help us a lot as we grow here. We've talked a little bit about the Coleco Atom before. In fact, we've had 2 other videos where we talked about the Coleco Atom, but we had not had a chance to mess with the ColecoVision Atom disk drive that came with the system. Now, we have the disk drive in our possession in the museum library, if you will. I don't know exactly how rare the Coleco Atom disk drive actually is. Somebody said online that there may have only been 10,000 units produced. Again, this came out after the Atom system and after most of the premature failures of the earlier system, which supposedly sold around 750,000 systems by the end of their run. Even if these numbers are way off, there's no doubt that there were far less disk drives produced than actual Coleco Atom systems, which makes this a little bit of a rarity. And given the fact that Coleco had so many quality control issues, and that there were so many problems with manufacturing and things coming out of the factory proper, there was probably a lot of failure rates on these disk drives as well. We do have a working Atom disk drive here. When I first powered this up, it didn't really do anything, but after I opened up the cover, got into it, I was able to move the drive wheel around a little bit, finally got it spinning, the heads were cleaned, and we were able to read disks with it. So I don't know how rare of a thing that is, but I can tell you that trying to find actual disks for the system was another challenge. I ended up getting some off of eBay from a seller who I believe is a Coleco Atom enthusiast. He actually left me a note in one of the disks asking if the disk would actually work in my drive. So I think it's a little bit more rare than I may be giving it credit for. Taking a quick look at the disk drive itself, it's pretty basic design. Looks like your standard drive. Obviously it's 5¼ inch size. I believe the data capacity on these disks is about 160 kilobytes. It's got a power switch on the front. It's got a power indicator as well as the drive activity indicator. There's a thing on the panel here in the front that looks like it would have been for a nameplate. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be the Atom logo there and it's just missing, or they didn't end up using it. The plate on the top looks like the rest of the computer system. It says the ColecoVision Family Computer System disk drive, unsurprisingly. Then on the top you've got these air vents to control airflow into the system, keep it cool. If we take a look at the back of this, pretty basic. You've got your power connector, and actually the Atom disk drive came with its own power adapter, and it even has a full print logo on it. Then 2 connectors that are kind of a telephone type connector. One is the input and one is the output for what they call Atom Net. As I understand it, that was their communications protocol that would communicate with external devices like the disk drive. There's a switch on this that allows it to be selected between drive 1 or drive 2. Apparently you could have 2 floppy disk drives in the system, and because it has an input and an output port on it, you could actually take another modular cable and just daisy chain a second floppy drive into your system. Overall, I mean, it seems like a pretty decent design. I have no idea how many flaws they had in manufacturing or problems getting it out of the factory. Ours seems to work. We're going to give it a test run right now. So I don't have any actual paperwork for the Atom disk drive. I'm not sure if you're supposed to turn it on physically before the actual computer system, but I don't think it actually matters. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on now. Power light comes on, drive activity light comes on, and I think that's because it's not yet communicating with the actual Atom system, so it's just kind of sitting here freewheeling. Now when I turn on the actual Atom system, which conveniently is in this wonderful printer in the very back, it boots up as standard into the Atom's electronic typewriter, which is the first thing that comes up. We have a few disks in the library. One of them is the disk manager, which came with the disk drive originally. It's going to give us the ability to move files around and copy and, basic functions that you might expect. So I did get the disk manager to finally boot up. It looks like we've got a file directory, a disk manager, and EOS. It's got 135 kilobytes remaining. So I'm wondering if now that this is loaded in memory, if I could actually look at the other disks and see what's on them. So I'm going to go ahead and do a select drive, drive C. I'm going to try putting in another one of the disks. So it is showing the Jeopardy writer on the writer disk, so we know that it can read it. I'm just wondering if there's some way that we can execute that file from this or something. I wonder if it'll let me run it now. No, so it must not be a file that you can run directly. At least we know the files are there. The disk is reading. We must need something else to be able to load this program. It might be like Smart Basic or Super Basic. But now that this program's running, if we put in another disk that actually has a program on it that we know about. Like maybe this ANN 2007 December Christmas disc. This is the ultimate Adam mystery time right now. Hey, it's giving me a file I can run, and it says basic program with a smiley face. You think it's a virus? One of the first viruses? That's all I think about when I see a smiley face in a program name. Well, here we go. Running data rem fix, running B save fix, Adam or MIDI? Guess Adam, right? Adam presents the 2007 Christmas card. They were not making Adams in 2007. Ho ho ho! It's Christmas. Timely. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to Adamites and all friends of Adamites near and far. May 2008 be a year of success and dreams fulfilled. Looking forward to seeing you all at AdamCon 20, Niagara Falls, Ontario. Ho ho ho. Bite Hacker the Slash. Well, that's fun. Here's wishing season's greetings. Adam lives and we're still here, and very best wishes for 2008. Ah, it's a Christmas cat from the island. I guess that was the continuation of the thought from the last slide. Say your Christmas. Happy 2008, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Well, I guess this is a great example of how the Adam community has lived on, probably from one of the AdamCon events from 2007. It's just pretty cool. Good to know that people are still writing stuff for the system as late as that, and I believe that they still are today. From what I've seen online, there's still a community. Scrolling text seems to be a little bit behind the mark, but happy holidays and all the best for 2008 from Ron Mitchell. See you in Niagara. I wonder if this is one of those things where they had different members of the community contribute the code for each one of the images or something. It's kind of neat. I like it. Conveniently, we just proved that Disk Manager works and you can actually open software from it, so that's pretty cool. It's clever. It's nice to see that when there's a community out there putting together something like this, kind of a cool thing to distribute for other Adam users. It certainly gives us some ideas of different graphics capability and things people came up with, so I'm glad this loaded. Now see, that's a cool slide right there. That shows the whole system, the disk drive, the main unit, the keyboard, joysticks. I like that. The Adam News Network. I wonder if they actually had a bulletin board system or something. Oh, that's pretty cool. Merry ColecoVision. I thought I'd try the other game that we had, Family Feud, on disc, and I want to see what this is like. I'm also going to see if this one, because it also has the question writer software, if there's some way within the game that we can possibly load that. I like it so far. The opening screen is very jaunty, and it's given us something to watch while we're waiting for things to load. All right. Use Smart Key to select number of contestants, one family or two families. One family. I'm not a returning champion. I'm new to this. Look at this family. Looking pretty good. The Vintage family. And the Kirschnitzes. Is that an alien on the right-hand side? I do appreciate in this game that it's doing a lot of things while the disc is loading, so it gives you a little bit less time to sit and wait. Okay, so now it's asking me if I'm using a question pack, so I'm wondering if I should say yes here to see if it'll give me the option to do the writing your own. I'm gonna try it. Select drive for question tape or disk. It's gonna be the disk drive. I guess I should put the question disk in it. Again though, I don't know if this is one of those situations where if you put it in the question pack, then it'll give you the option. So it doesn't like the question disk. I could try putting in the other one. Loading data. It's encouraging. That doesn't seem normal. It seems like this might be one of those glitches they were talking about, because it definitely just seemed like a demon took over our Adam right now. Guess we'll have to go back to loading the main game and go without the question packs. This time they put me up against the Teal family. Name a state where they grow corn. Oh. How am I supposed to buzz in? Well, he got it. All right, so I get to put in one. How about Nebraska? Yes. Ah, we'll play. How about Iowa? Haha. All right, Kansas. Yes. Let's see, where else do they grow corn? Well, technically Colorado. Ah, really? I know for a fact they grow corn in Colorado. I'm from there. How about Missouri? Really? Oklahoma. Yay, 2. No, they're just straight up not playing, huh? New Jersey? I would not have put that on a list of states that grow corn. I mean, I don't doubt that they do somewhere, but name a summer sport. Oh, I guess I was supposed to buzz in there. How about baseball? All right. I'm not great with sports. I'll pass. We'll let them do it. Water skiing. Okay. Yeah, don't get too excited there. Come on, Dad Teal. Seems legit. Yeah, swimming was the #1 answer. Interesting. All right, bro teal. Oh, you passed. Oh, I may consult for the steal. Good thing I can consult with the other family members here. Let's try volleyball. Oops, I gotta spell it right though. Oh. Let's see, tell me how long it takes to grow a good beard in weeks. 4? All right. I have to assume that since this is a quantity-based question, we can just name adjacent weeks to this. Let's say 5 weeks. Really? Okay. Let's try 6. Kid vintage. I'm gonna jump to 2 in case someone answered a short amount of time. Okay, okay. Now that leaves us 3 with an opening. Probable, I guess. Great. We know 5 didn't work. I can't imagine someone would say 1 week would be a really, really fast growing time. 8 weeks. Okay. Someone may have said 12. They were getting really crazy. Nice. I'm gonna try 10. 52? Wow. Loading data. Sometimes when I see these old games, I'm reminded about how much we rely on the progress bar for anything modern. Tie knots. Oh, they're not gonna guess. Yes. I'm gonna say navigate. Seemed like there was a lot of stuff about like navigating in Boy Scouts. Right, how about first aid? I'm not sure how they got make fires out of first aid, but you know what, I'm gonna take it for the win. How about just camping? I'll take it. Fishing? No. Plant stuff. Let's see what magical answer it'll come up with. Nah. All right, Teal family, now's your chance. Oh, come on, don't just pass. Pitch tents and cook. Okay. Yes. Ooh, the fast money round. Name something the sight of which makes women emotional. Babies. Name something that can make a teacher unpopular. Homework. Name something people feel around for when walking in a dark room. Light switch. Name something people fill out an application for. Job. Name a place parents drop off their kids to get rid of them for a while. Arcade. Oh, really? They didn't have arcades in 1984? Oh, then we get to do it again. Weddings. Discipline? Door handle or doorknob? College. Thinking 1984, mall. Not doing as well on this one. Really? Nothing for college or mall? That seems crazy. All right, though, we won $10,414. You gonna give me any special prizes or just the cash? Well, that's quite the list of contestants there. Wow. Wonder if that's actually people that have played this game, or is that what came with it? Duck Van Poop. Oh, and the Flintstones, Betzola, the Nasties, Igatas, Gentrys, Konwinskis. Moms, though, are really, really killing it there. 162,941. We didn't make the top 10, though, so, you know, a little bit disappointed, but I'm glad that we won. Glad they tell you to remove the tape or disc, though. Store it properly. Very good instructions, since we found half of these discs don't even work. I'm pretty impressed, though. The gameplay was fun. Once you get the disc loaded, it moves along pretty quickly. You know, I'm assuming that if you had access to the question packs and being able to write stuff, you could really add some depth to this as well. Pretty impressive. It reminds me of some of the early, you know, Apple II games we've looked at in the past. But again, I'm fairly impressed with the Atom system. I know that it catches a lot of flack for all the problems it had, and it definitely has a very specific and dedicated fan base, but you know, I'm a believer. I like the Atom system overall. I know that sometimes on Vintage Geek we cover things for multiple videos, but I feel like this is going to be another one of those because I continue to be impressed by the software for the system, even the things that were unreleased. Family Feud was a lot of fun. That Christmas demo from 2007 obviously is many years after the fact, but it still shows off some of the capabilities of the system. It looked cool. The disk drive that we have is not perfect. It does not load everything on the first try every time, and everything that I've loaded today I've had to keep the cover off just to make sure that everything continues to move and the head moves. But you know what? It does work at the end of the day, and it seems like that may be a rarity in the world of Atom disk drives, so I'm glad that we have one that works here at the museum. And I'm anxious to try some of the other titles as well. Jeopardy really seems like it could be a lot of fun, especially if we can get the question writer part of it to work, which would be really neat to be able to kind of customize that software and make it do some different things. So looking forward to try that. That may be coming up in an upcoming video, you never know. In the meantime, if you'd like to support what we're doing here at Vintage Geek, please check out the merch store. The link's in the description. You can get shirts like the one I'm wearing today. You can also get great coffee mugs and other holiday gift ideas from the site, so definitely check that out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Aaron, and this has been Vintage Geek.